It's Thursday night. Hello.
Hi, y'all.
We usually have Ida with us. I've been gone for a couple of weeks. We usually have Ida with us. This week's a little bit different. We've got an expert in all things. You are going to be educated, thrilled. You've heard of Dear Abby, Ann Landers.
They got nothing on me.
But here is Aunt Geneva Lilly.
Howdy. I came all the way up from Alabama just for this.
Well, thank you for coming.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to be here.
I don't know you well, Aunt Geneva Lilly. I'm glad she just came in just before the show started, and flew in, and we had her moved over by limousine to the show.
It was so fancy. I've never been in a car that fancy in my whole life. Do you know that there was glasses in the back? And I thought, well, I'll just have a little drink.
Oh no! So then who knows how the show's gonna go? But
every time, a little nip every now and then doesn't hurt anybody.
But here's the thing, Aunt Geneva.
Yes.
Aunt Geneva Lilly. Should I call you
Geneva Lilly?
Geneva Lilly.
Well, it depends on where you're from. You can call me Geneva Lilly.
Hey,
in Alabama, it's Geneva Lilly.
Come on up.
Oh, a dog. Who knew?
Here you go. She's up and she's down. Here you go. Take that.
Anyway, it's so nice to be here with you and see all y'all.
So things could get exciting, but Aunt Geneva Lilly, here's what happens.
Yes.
We get questions sent to us all the time.
You do.
And I don't feel like we're experts enough to be able to answer the questions.
You haven't lived long enough.
No, so we had to bring in somebody who knew. And so we have gone to the ends of the earth, and what we understand is you are the expert in all things. So.
Well, I'm going to give it my best shot.
So we're gonna see how it goes today.
How sweet of you to say that, though.
For those of you who are watching, if you're new here, we're glad that you're here. Feel free to subscribe. If you've been here for ages, we're glad to have you with Aunt Geneva Lilly tonight. And you can these questions that have been posed to us, you're welcome to answer your responses as well if you think.
Absolutely, it helps me think things through when I hear how other people feel about some of the questions that are posed.
So. So Rob wants to know if the green machine was the limo.
Absolutely. You know, it was not. It was a big black sort of truck-looking thing. I don't know. Actually, they had to bring out steps so I could get in the silly
thing. Oh, it was a tall one.
It was tall, and my
like
little
a
legs
Hummer or something.
What? It was like a truck. Okay. I don't know what a Hummer is. But
no, I don't know either.
Okay, it was a truck.
Let's get to the questions, all right?
Okay.
So we have we've got a whole bunch of questions. We probably have more questions you could answer in the show.
I've got answers.
But we'll just see. So you might want to keep some of your answers short, or I don't know, however you want to do it.
Are you telling me I talked?
No, I'm not. I should not have suggested how you should do your part.
Thank you.
You do it however you want, Aunt Geneva Lilly. And here we go. I'm a little nervous.
You're nervous. Honey, I've never been with this many lights on for a long time. I'm looking at my hair. I should have had Betty Jo come give me a little palm or something.
Yeah,
but it's, I think the humidity here in Pennsylvania might have done a number on my hair.
Well, did the airplane have a top to it, or was it just all like...
Excuse me?
Windy.
It kind of looks like it was windy. So,
all right. Here's your first question. Let's see. Let's see how you would handle this.
Okay.
We didn't know how to answer it, so here you go. Whenever a new movie comes out, my friends insist on telling me all the details ahead of time.
Oh,
and so the question is just very simply, what should they do?
Well, I would say that as much as I appreciate your enthusiasm about this movie, please don't ruin it for the rest of us. Don't be telling me that there's a spoiler alert, because then I know there's a spoiler alert. I want to just watch the movie, enjoy the movie, and then after the movie, we can talk about it.
So don't even spoil it. Don't spoil it, but don't even tell people that there's...
No,
absolutely there could be a spoiler.
No. We want to be just as surprised as you were when you watched it the first time, too.
All right, we're on a roll.
Yeah.
I don't know what your recommendations be. If you have any alternatives or ideas, you're welcome to throw them in. So here we go. Next, the next question.
Another question.
Yeah, we're full of questions.
Okay.
I have two friends that I think would make a great couple. What is the best way for me to introduce them?
Well, some of the... Shall I go ahead or shall I...
It's from Matchmaking Molly. Yeah, you're
I don't know what the rules are. But so here's what I would say. If you're trying to be a matchmaker,
Yeah.
you have to help facilitate the situation. So when you introduce these two people, introduce them, explain some of their hobbies, some of their interests, so they can start the conversation amongst themselves. For instance, if I was introducing you,
Yeah.
I would say, here is my friend Cal Clark.
Thank you.
He's introduced.
Here's my friend Geneva Lilly.
Thank you so much. He's interested in technology.
I am.
So see, they would know that immediately, and they would be, and hopefully they're not asking you all kinds of technology questions, but they would just know that you're a man who knows some technology.
Yeah. Then you know what'll happen.
What's that?
I'll be installing Microsoft Word for them the next day. And I'll be hearing about, my computer's all frozen up. It's my
Well, then you would say, I'm interested in technology, but I'm not planning on doing any work tonight. I'm going to have myself a nice dinner with you, and that's it.
You are wise.
Thank you so much. I've lived a few years, so I understand.
Slap them in the face. That was number one. When you do respond, also include the question number so that we know which one you're replying to. But slap them in the face if they give you the if they give you the wrong if they give you
The
info
spoiler
about
alert?
spoilers ahead of time.
No, I agree with you,
All right,
Janet, on that one.
Next question.
Okay.
I'm a 37-year-old man, and my house is a disaster.
That is a shame.
I'm not going to say whether I can relate to this or not. Clothes on the floor, dishes in the sink, etc. Now I am feeling depressed. What can I do? Geneva Lilly?
Well, I tell you what, Kelvin.
Tell me.
When you are living a life like this, you need to learn to do one thing each morning that you can easily complete. Sets the tone for the entire day. Make your bed. Make your bed. You don't want to... What are you laughing at?
I don't make my bed.
Well, that's where you're going wrong. You should make your bed every morning, tuck those sheets in, have those hospital corners. It makes you feel like you've accomplished something, and then you can move on to the next task of the day. In fact, it might just incentivize you to do the other tasks that are around. Like, make a list. Make a list of the things you have to do. Check them off one at a time. Put things away. Put things where they belong. That way, you don't ever have to be caught with... Have you ever? Now, be honest.
Here we go.
Have you ever heard company knock at the door and you just scooped everything up and threw it all in your oven?
In my oven?
In your oven. I know people who have done this, and it's a crime. Especially if you forget they're there and you'll have to preheat the oven for something the next day. So, anyhow, make your bed. Don't put it down. Put it away.
What I do is I put all my dirty stuff in the bed and cover it up. If it's bed's made, it takes longer.
Oh, my word. You know, I used to tell my husband, Homer.
Homer. Your husband's...
His name was Homer.
Yeah, Homer. Nice name.
Yes, and well, all his friends called him Bosco. But his name was Homer.
Isn't there the Duke brothers? Wasn't there
That's
a Bosco?
Roscoe, not Bosco.
Roscoe Pete Coltrane.
Right, well, this is Bosco Wilder.
Okay.
And he used to say, now you made me lose my train of thought.
Yeah, I don't even know what we were talking about.
We were talking about
putting
things away, and you
put
all your stuff in your bed.
Yeah.
Well, we had this little dog. His name was Butchie. And Butchie was a tiny toy chihuahua. And if you didn't make your bed, you never know where Butchie was. Sometimes he'd be just trapped under the pillows or something. So always make your bed so you can find your dog. That is a good... Even I thought that was weird. Make your bed so you can find your dog. There you go.
Put that down. Aunt Geneva. You know what? We have those sayings from Ida. We should have Aunt Geneva sayings once a week.
I think maybe I think I could send you some of those. It might curl your hair like in my beautiful hair. Megan is saying, Aunt Geneva, when will I meet my Prince Charming?
There you go.
Megan, let me tell you, I have an answer for you. You may have already met your Prince Charming. Just be open to the idea There's love out there for all of us, dear.
Yep.
There is.
Go with the ones that aren't married, though.
Well, yes, that's always that goes without saying. I am a Southern woman, and I can't even believe you brought that up. My goodness. I keep looking at my hair, and it's making me nervous.
It's looking nice.
Thank you. You like it this way? Well, I'll have to tell Rosie next time.
So I have a life hack or
What's that?
a pro-life tip for keeping your house clean.
What's that?
Everything should have a place.
I agree.
What do you think of that?
I think that everything should have a place. You should, what is the word for that? There's organization. There is, you can actually hire organizers to come to your house and put things away for you. But I don't know. That's kind of lazy. I think you should just buy some boxes, put things in boxes or bags. I love me some good bags. If you put something in a nice bag.
I just took a whole bag of your bags. You have a bag of bags you brought with you.
Well, you never can have too many bags if you're trying to organize things. I think that's only fitting.
All right, so you gave your saying. My saying would be, don't put it down, put it away.
I said that. Where were you when I was saying don't put it down,
you
put
said
it away?
That?
I surely did. Let's rerun this tape.
Let's pay attention, Aunt Geneva. That's the lesson for today.
There you go.
All right.
Live and
so problem number 4. I'm gonna have to move faster here. I'm letting us go on too long. I have trouble starting new relationships because I run out of things to say. You know, I can relate to that. You know, when you'd go on a date, it's a little bit awkward. Mm-hmm. And you're trying to have a conversation, but you don't know each other at all. Right. And so you like ask a couple of questions, and then the person's like, they answered them, and then you're like,
I'm so sorry for you, Calvin. It sounds like you might be a little bit backwards.
No, I'm not backwards at all. I think this is a common problem.
Let me help you.
Okay.
What you do, first of all, you know you're going on a date, right?
Okay. You don't have to help me because I'm not going to go on any more dates. But
first of all, you all know you're going on a date, right? So if you know you're going on a date, prepare for that date.
Okay.
So make a list of questions you can ask, questions that are kind of open-ended, that prompt the other person to make some conversation, things that we all share in common, like family, like the weather, like
what do you mean, like family?
Like family. Do you have any brothers and sisters?
Oh, okay.
Do you have a dog?
Uh-huh.
You know, talk about your pets, talk about your family, talk about how you celebrate your holidays, talk about things that you all have in common, and then you can find out where those two things meet, and then the relationship can just blossom. The other thing that I think is it's kind of important, and you know, we talked about movies and spoiler alerts in the first question, but if you're planning on going on a movie date, go to the movie first before you eat. That way you can discuss the movie while you're having your dinner and you have something in common to share.
My goodness, you are a smarty.
I am a smarty. At least, you know, you don't live this long without learning a few things.
Yeah, that's good. Thanks. So let's move on to the next question. My friends think I'm a know-it-all. This isn't me, of course. This is somebody else.
I see.
My friends think I'm a know-it-all. What can I do?
Well, I think that this is really important. First of all, you need to listen to the person who's talking to you. And instead of when you respond to what they've just told you, don't say, I know.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly. Don't say, I know. Say, you're right. That way you affirm the other person. You give them something to grow on. And say, you're right.
Wow. Life tips with Aunt Geneva Lilly. We're here with Aunt Geneva Lilly.
So glad you could join us.
She's answering our questions.
You know, it's really sweet to see y'all.
If you have any questions, you are welcome to include them. Let's take a look at the next question here, Aunt Geneva Lilly. I travel a lot and I use rental cars. Oh my, this is a question that's quite different from the others. I hope you know something about I travel a lot and I use rental cars and I never know which side of the gas tank is on when I stop to refill. Any tips?
Well, I don't drive much, you know. In Alabama, we often have drivers for people of my tender years. So we don't drive a lot. But I do know that on the dashboard of every vehicle now, by the gas gauge, there is a picture of a little gas pump. It's either on the left or on the right in the picture. So by that picture, you can know where your gas tank is. If it's on the left, the gas tank's on the left. If it's on the right of the gas gauge, it's on the right.
So wait, what's on the left? If the gas tank's on the left?
There's a little picture.
Yeah.
And it's got a little pump. And the pump handle it tells you which side the gas tank is on. You go into your car and look at the dashboard. It's there, I promise you.
Huh. You know everything.
I do.
It seems like it.
Gosh.
I thought that'd be
Thank
that'd
you
be out
so
of your
much.
wheelhouse.
It kind of is out of my wheelhouse, but you know, Homer used to drive us all the time, and he would tell me, Geneva, you're pulling up on the wrong side again. Look at your dashboard. So there you go.
So
thank you, Homer.
So Rob asked a question about: do you ever do the prank where you have someone look at a bottle of water, and then when they look down in it, you squeeze? Do you know that?
I do know that
prank?
And if somebody ever did that to you, Robert, I do apologize. It was funny as all get out, but I do apologize if that ever happened to you.
Aren't you polite? You
Thank you.
wouldn't have even had it. You don't even know Rob. And
no, but when
you're
you
gonna
do
apologize
something, when you feel like somebody has been done wrong, apology is the right thing to do.
I'm going to look at my car. I'm going to look at my car and see if the gas tank indicates which side
I
it's on.
see that Linda has given us a response, and she says that her car has an error. So if yours has an error, maybe they don't all have a little picture of a gas pump. My car had a picture of a gas pump, but if you have an error, follow the error.
The arrow says which side the gas, because that is confusing to me. I can't tell you how many times it seems like I never get it right either. When I guess, it's like I think it's on the left, and then I'll pull in, but it's not ever on the left.
Do you ever feel funny about driving around and having to turn the whole thing? Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have that feeling.
All right, here's a question that I would have thought would be more up your alley. I don't know why, but I hope this isn't offensive. I hate plastic wrap that comes in those rolls. Every time I try to use it, it wraps over on itself. I'm tangled and frustrated. Any tips?
Well, actually, I do have a tip related to that. Some people call that, at the Piggly Wiggly, we call it saran wrap. But
yeah, saran wrap.
Sometimes
that's the brand. That's one of the brand names.
Name. So if you have some, if you've been to the Piggly Wiggly and you bought some of this saran wrap or plastic wrap, as it were, put it immediately into your freezer. Because you can pull the plastic wrap out, it will not fold over on itself, and it will perform beautifully. That's my advice.
Keep your saran wrap in the freezer?
Put your saran wrap in the freezer. Trust me on this one, it works. Give it a whirl.
So it's frozen, so it doesn't stick and stretch and all that. And wrap on itself.
Once you get it over the bowl or the thing you're trying to cover, and your hands touch it, the warmth of your hands will reactivate that plastic wrap, and it will work like a charm.
Wow!
There you go.
That's impressive. That's an impressive trick. That's an impressive trick. Let's see. I just realized one of the questions, Linda. I don't know if we have some potato chips in the house. But there's a question where I need a bag of potato chips, an open bag of potato chips, and I didn't get it ahead of time. So let's see. So where are we on the questions, Aunt Geneva? You're doing great. That's saran wrap.
This is kind of nerve-wracking. I want to give you good advice, but I never know just how my advice. Excuse me, that was easy for me to say. I never know how my advice will be taken. So I appreciate you listening.
All right. So here's one. This one's high tech. Well, not high tech, but just tech. I don't know. I don't know what you know. I don't know what you know about any of these. So you've surprised me so long. So
high tech.
Anyway, we'll see what.
Okay.
We'll see how this one goes. But here's the question. When my power goes out, I'm afraid to seem nosy by looking out the window or calling my neighbors to see if it's just my house or everyone on the block. I get anxious that it might just be my house. And you can understand that if you're home alone and the power goes out, like in the movies, sometimes the power goes out right before the robbers come in. And so this person. So how can I know the extent of the blackout?
The extent of the blackout. Let me give this a little thought. Well, I'll tell you what, Calvin, do you have a cell phone?
Yeah.
Well, on your cell phone, you can either use what they call data or you can use Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi. Okay. No, Wi-Fi.
Do you have Wi-Fi on your phone? W-I-F-I Wi-Fi?
I think I have Wi-Fi, yep.
Well, if you look at the Wi-Fi and you see that like next to your Wi-Fi, it's not connected, then it's just your house. But if you see all the other available Wi-Fis and none of them are connected, it's the entire block. It's everybody on your block that has Wi-Fi.
Oh, so you don't even have to look out your window. You can just see if your neighbor's Wi-Fi.
What's so funny about that?
Nothing funny about it. I'm just in the giggling.
I see.
Okay.
Well, there you go. You can use your phone to help you determine how extensive the blackout is.
Without seeming nosy.
That's right.
So Rob says, so do you have a generator?
Excuse me? What is a generator?
To generate electricity, like a gas-run generator.
Well, I'm trying to think if we have a generator at home. Sometimes down south with all the armadillos and the lizards and all that stuff, sometimes they get inside those mechanical things. And so Bosco would always say, we're better off without it. But I think maybe I don't think we have a generator.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
All right.
That's what I know.
Next question.
Thank you, Lord.
I'm a waitress in a restaurant. Oh, this is one right up our alley here. I'm a waitress in a restaurant, and I want to be able to make my disabled customers feel just as welcome and part of the experience as my regulars. This is actually there was a longer question here. Where the person said that they waited on someone and it went okay because somebody came over, but as a waitress, what do you do in general when somebody with a disability comes and you're not really even sure if they can communicate or so this is interesting to me because this is like a uniquely the same kind of question.
Is it now?
Yeah.
Well, here's what I learned. We are all people, and we all like to be addressed directly. So I would say address the person directly. Whether they can respond or not, that's up to them to decide. But even as follow-up questions or whatever, look at the person in the eye and have a direct conversation with them. They deserve your attention.
So even if so let's say you say something to the person and you say, what would you like something to drink?
Uh-huh.
And then they can't really respond, and their mother says, "Oh yeah, she would like Diet Coke."
And I would look the person with the disability straight back in the eye and say, "We do not have Diet Coke. Would Diet Pepsi work for you?" And then if the mother wants to respond again, let the mother respond again. But I'm talking directly to the person.
Wow, you're very informed down there in Alabama. That's sort of a cutting edge response, I think.
Thank you very much. We do try.
All right. The next question. I may have to skip this one. This one's about the chips. Do you have any stories you want to tell? I'll go get a bag of chips if you got a story about you and Bosco or.
Well, I could tell a quick story about how me and Bosco met.
Yeah, do that.
Well, it was many years ago, before the World War II happened, and Bosco was such a sweet and handsome young man. He was in the Navy. And when I saw him the first time, I knew that Bosco was the man for me. And so I sort of sauntered up to him and I said, "Why, hello, Mr. Navy man." Welcome to our little town. It's nice to meet you. And he just smiled the biggest smile you ever saw in your life. And he looked at me and he said, "What's your name, little girl?" And I said, "My name is Geneva Lilly, and I am from here in Alabama, and I am so delighted to meet you." And he said, "Something about you, little lady, makes me think we are going to be together for the rest of our lives." And you know what? It wasn't long after that. He asked me to marry him. We got married, and we were together forever.
I heard the end of that. That's a good story.
Thank you. It's a love story that was written by God himself.
By the way, when I was out in the kitchen, I put the plastic wrap, I put the saran wrap in the freezer. I'm going to test that idea.
I do want you to test it.
All right. Here's the next question. This one,
thank you.
This one I had to go get show and tell because I want to see what your advice is on this one.
Okay, I'd be glad to give you my advice.
See, even Megan thinks that you're wise. You
Thank
do
you,
have
Megan.
a lot of good ideas.
I try.
You were recommended by Ida, and it was the right.
Well, do you know that Ida and I are related?
Yeah. That's what's surprising about it.
You called her Ida, which is so weird. Her name is Ida K. And she has been, ever since she sat on my lap drinking orange soda, she's been my sweetheart.
Orange soda.
No, orange soda.
Soda.
Yes. I don't know what you don't understand.
I think you also called her Ida K.
Yes, Ida K. What's wrong? Yes, Ida K. She's
All right.
named after her grandmother.
Can we go on to the next question
I wish
now?
you would.
All right, here you go. I can never find a clip to close my potato chip bag. This is so true for me. How can I fix this organization problem? We were talking about like home organization.
Agreed. There should be.
So like here's some lightly salted Y's, not a sponsor.
Okay.
And so you open them up, and there's a little bit left, and I don't want to get rid of it. But I can't find a chip bag. Like this just sitting out there.
There is a simple solution. Actually, there's a couple simple solutions to that.
Chip clip.
See, the chip clip is just a money-making concoction that just makes me so mad when people go out and buy them chip clips.
All right.
How much is a chip clip? How much is a chip clip?
Well, they're an awful lot for a little piece of plastic.
Let me tell you something. I got a chip clip right here that got from the dollar store. You know you can get 100 of these chip clips for $1. How much does a chip clip run you? Or you can go the other route, and let me show you.
Yeah, but that's the thing is, even if you had that, I wouldn't be able to find it. It's never
well, there you go. I'm going to show you. There's a way to fold this. So you take your bag, and you make a little V like this.
Okay.
And
here, wait. Let me get you close up. You'll have to hold it up high, though.
You take the other side, and you hold it up like this. See the B's on the other side?
Okay, yeah.
You turn it around. You roll it down. Whoops. I got to get it started. You roll it down.
Yeah.
Then you tuck one side over, and you tuck the other side over, and you have got yourself a closed bag of chips. No expenses.
You serious?
I'm serious as a heart attack, as we say down south.
You just changed my life.
Why, thank you, sir. You should be teaching your children how to do that.
You're the wisest.
I appreciate that.
Well, that's pretty good. That'll work on all kinds of bags?
Well, the paper kind. Like old bags like me, no, you can't be. We don't fold like that.
You saw where I was going with
I
that.
did. I kind of felt it coming. So I'm just protecting myself and making a joke first. There you go.
All right. So Rob is suggesting that we have a show on Wish, where we get new products.
Of fun.
So anyway, let's move on. We got just a couple questions left. I think we have time for them.
Okay.
Let's see what we got here. All right. I don't know. Let me see. I don't quite even understand what this one is. Seems there's always one person in the family who forgets to cover their dish with a paper towel napkin. You know, like when
that is so
this
aggravating.
is in the microwave.
Yes.
How do I clean my microwave?
There are simple ways to do that. You can spend your time in that microwave scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing, and you know when people like they warm up spaghetti or something like that and it splatters all over the microwave. That's such a messy. Always use a napkin or paper towel if you can find one. Otherwise, you make the mess and then you have to clean the mess up. So what you do is you take a cup and you put some water in the cup And if you have some baking soda, put some baking soda in there too, because that makes it sweet. So then you put that in the microwave and you pop it in there on high for a couple minutes till it boils. You know, have you ever boiled peanuts?
No, I can't say I've ever boiled peanuts.
Anyway, you put it in the microwave till it boils.
Yeah.
And you'll see the bubbles in there. And once the bell goes off, like after 2 minutes, you leave it in there and just let it steam up. And then you open the door, you take the cup out, and you take a nice clean cloth, and you just wipe the inside of the microwave, and just like a whistle, it comes clean. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So yeah.
Some people might know that one though. You have other microwave advice?
Well, do you ever order a pizza and have leftover pizza?
Yeah.
Sometimes we order a pizza, and that's just more than me and Homer can eat. Even, slipping a little Butchie a couple bites every now and then. He's such a tiny little thing.
But pizza's no good in a microwave.
It can be good in a microwave. If it's no good in a microwave, you're doing it wrong. What you need to do, son, is you need to dampen the paper towel. Wrap your pizza in that dampened paper towel and then microwave it. And it'll come out so beautiful, just like the first time, like it's fresh.
All right. I'll try it. You got any other microwave expertise?
Well, I think so. Let's see. I think there's only 3 buttons you need on your microwave oven.
Yeah.
The start button.
Start button. Yeah.
The stop button.
Yeah.
And the add 30 seconds button. Do you know there's a button on every microwave that's been created since 1986? It adds 30 seconds. So, what more do you need? On, off, add 30 seconds.
Is that right? Are you making that up, or is that true?
You're going to have to check. You can
check
Google
that.
it.
See if your microwave hasn't had 30 seconds to it.
I think you'll find that it does. So I'm very
so
very
when I'm gonna
confident.
so when I'm gonna like heat my coffee or something like that.
Yes, sir.
I hit 3-0 start.
Yes.
And you're saying all I have to do is hit one. There's one button.
There's one button that says add 30 seconds.
And if I want to heat it for a minute, I could just hit that button twice.
There you go. That's all you need.
Okay.
Jen, thank you for acknowledging my microwave cleaning tip. I do appreciate it.
I'm gonna test your 30 seconds. Please go look at your microwaves.
We would love to hear from you when this is over, and hopefully it'll be over soon. Y'all can test your microwave and see if it has that add 30 seconds.
That'll be the determiner about whether your expertise is really, because that's an out of the box one to say everybody has a 30 second.
Well, yeah, I didn't say everybody. I said everybody with a microwave built after 1986.
Okay. Did they have microwaves when you were younger?
Heavens, no. We had an old potbelly stove that Homer used to bring home some little logs and little kindling, and we would stoke that thing and make sure we had it hot enough, and that's how we warm things up on the potbelly stove.
So you've given us good advice. Place a cup of water to clean it. Warm pizza with a damp towel. The 30-second button. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna press you now. Got any more microwave experts?
I love how he gives me these little subtle hints, but thank you for pressing me. If you need an iron, say your shirt is wrinkled, or your slacks are wrinkled, or your apron that you're getting ready to fix dinner with is put the cup.
I wouldn't want a wrinkled apron to fix dinner in.
No. Well, then what you do is you pop a plate or a cup. A cup works nice because it's got a handle. Pop it in the microwave, get that thing nice and hot, pull it out, and you can use it as an iron. And you can actually iron your clothes with stuff that pops out of the microwave.
How about that? That's pretty good.
I see that Linda has some words for you about your microwave.
What's that say? Add 30 seconds.
There you go. Thank you, Linda, for that feedback.
Are you getting these from your? Are you using your Wi-Fi to get these?
First of all, I know that Wi-Fi exists, but sometimes it's hard for me to determine even if there is a Wi-Fi. So I don't know how to use the Wi-Fi. But if I did, I would take advantage of it. But I simply do not know how to do it.
Yeah, I think what Rob is saying is that you seem to be like as much of an expert as Wikipedia.
What is a Wikipedia?
It doesn't matter. It's like an
Okay.
encyclopedia.
I see. Well, thank you, Robert.
All right. Let's move on to the next
Okay.
question. Question number 11. I think we only have one more question, actually. Every time I travel with my favorite necklaces, this is very practical. Every time I travel with my favorite necklaces, they wind up all knotted and tangled. How can I fix that? I can attest to this. Not because I have necklaces, but I've seen them, right? Particularly like the thin gold ones that you have. Like you can't stretch them out. They get knots in them, and like they're almost ruined. And I know this because I get tasked with trying to untangle them, try to take them apart.
What do you do? What do you use to untangle them?
Well, if I have like a pin.
Yes, because the little, what do you call those? The links are so small.
Yeah, that's what I'm
so
saying.
tiny. Yes, well, there is a simple solution to that.
Okay.
What you do is you take that chain before you pack.
Before you pack.
Yes.
All right.
Take that chain and slip it down through a straw. Then clasp it around the straw. No more tangles. You can pack it. It won't bend. It won't kink. You'll be able to pull it out and wear it right away, and you won't have to find a pin or a needle or anything to pull it apart.
You are the fount of all wisdom. I
thank you so much.
Next time I'm gonna start to do this. I'm gonna give them to you and have you put them up next to your head, and you can give the answer before we even ask the question.
Thank you, Kristen, for acknowledging my knowledgeability about the add 30 seconds. Kristen also has a add 30 seconds. There you go. There you
It's
have
impressive. That's quite a show. Listen, that's our advice tonight. From I'm serious. So, dear Abby and Ann Landers, they have nothing over you.
Well, thank you. I've been around the world a long time, and I've learned a few things, and I love sharing those things with all of y'all.
You can come back anytime you like.
I can?
Yeah.
Well, I'd love that.
That'd be great.
Thank you so much.
If you have questions that you want to ask Aunt Geneva Lilly, please come back.
Send him in, because he's invited me back, and maybe I'll get a ride in that nice truck thing, that limousine thing, and you never know. Maybe they'll have that whiskey back there again.
So I see Ida over there wanting to come in. Do you want to give up your seat to Ida?
I will. I reluctantly, I will.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
I find myself almost wanting to have a southern accent at this point. But
bye, everybody.
See you. Bye. So that's our show with Aunt Geneva Lilly, and Ida will be back in here so that we can move on to the next part of our show. But if you have questions that you'd like answered, please feel free to send them in to us. You could email them or text them to us, and if we ever have another show, we will ask more. And we've been wanting to have guests on the show for a while, and in the pandemic that's been hard to do. So it's great that we were able to get Aunt Geneva Lilly from. So that's your aunt.
That's my aunt. Yes.
That's something. You guys even dress a little bit alike.
Well, we have these. Oh, there you go. Well, some of these are hand-me-downs. Oh, I'm sorry. I even picked up her accent. Some of these are hand-me-downs. She actually gave me her scarf. I love this scarf. And,
Well, thanks for sharing her with us.
Well, you're welcome. And I know she would love it. Thank you for being so patient with her. I know she's a little,
Yeah, but that's
sometimes
wonderful.
Not always right there.
So there's a real Aunt Geneva Lilly.
There is a real Aunt Geneva Lilly. Who's from Alabama.
And is her husband actually Homer?
Her husband is actually Homer, and his nickname is Bosco. So
I missed that comment from Rob.
Rob says we need to do a Polish cooking class.
There you go. Hey, Rob, we're ready to do it. Hey, one of the things. We'll do that. We'll do that after. I want to talk about a couple of things about the future, but let's. Are you able to move on to the saying of the week? Is that something that we could pull off?
Did I do a saying of the week?
Oh, you know what? I don't think I have a saying of the week. Let me see. What could I do?
I did do a saying of the week because can I pull it up?
But I didn't do one.
Oh.
So let me, that's not it, right?
No, that's not it.
So give me just a second and do you want to set it up? I mean, you're able to set it up before.
Actually, I'm sorry, I'm looking at some of the comments. Aunt Geneva Lilly and Bosco were two of Joel's favorite people, and Megan saying, Aunt Geneva, come back sometime soon.
Yeah,
so
that was
I'll
fun.
do that. Yeah, I set it up. I was actually, this is National Friendship Week, and I came across this picture. Actually, Kathy Wilder sent it. I think a friend of hers took the photo. And
Does this it here?
That's it, yeah. The photo is so cute. It's of a little deer peeking out of the crops around
here we go.
her area there in Virginia. And I just love the picture and the saying that goes with it.
All right, here we go.
In honor of National Friendship Week. Good friends help you find important things when you've lost them. Your smile, your hope, and your courage. So you can always turn to your good friends, and you know who your good friends are when they help you find those things that you've lost. So I love that.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
You got a little piece of Aunt Lily right in you. Aunt Geneva Lilly.
I hope I do. I hope I have some of Aunt Geneva Lilly in me. She was a lovely human being.
We're also going to have to skip the joke of the week this week.
Oh, that's a shame.
Unless you... Anybody have a joke?
Knock, knock.
Okay. Who's there?
Orange.
Orange who?
Knock, knock.
Oh, Ida.
It can't be any worse than your
yes,
jokes.
Yes, it can. If everyone in the whole crowd has heard it. Who's there?
Banana.
Banana who?
Aren't you glad I didn't say banana? I don't know whatever it is. I can't. I am the worst at telling jokes, so I have no right whatsoever to mock the jokes of the week that we tell on this show.
So my go-to joke.
Oh no.
I probably told it on the show before.
If it has anything to do with the peanut,
yeah.
Okay, go for it.
Two peanuts were walking down the road, and one of them was a salted peanut.
I know you think that's funny, but I just don't think it's funny.
My kid's favorite joke, I've probably said this too before, but my kid's favorite joke when they were little kids, the very first joke I taught all of them was, I'd go like this, I'd go, I have a secret to tell you. And they'd say, oh, what's the secret? I'd say, Winnie the Pooh has no pants.
And that was the secret?
They'd laugh because it's true. Winnie the Pooh doesn't have any pants.
Either does Donald Duck. I never understood that.
Shirts, no pants. I can't see these comments from here, so.
Rob says you can send your questions into info@uniquelythesame.org.
There you go. Thanks, Rob.
And of course, Rob's making a comment about the deer in the crop. Say, okay, Hunter, shoot or not shoot?
You can't shoot that, is it?
Absolutely not.
First of all, it's not deer season.
That's right. There you go.
Rob. Or you can go back and look at Rob's hunting show if you want to learn some hunting advice. Anyway, that's our that's our show. I think at this point, let's see, we need to move on.
We do have a couple of shout outs.
No, before the shout outs.
Oh, okay.
We have to say goodbye to our YouTube
right.
friends. So let me move.
Hopefully we still have friends at YouTube after that.
Thank you so much for coming by. If you're on YouTube, we're going to end things at this point. You can watch other videos. They're over here. We've recommended some if you're not watching live, and then down below you can see some other links that you could do. We're glad that you stopped by. We always like to say, I'm uniquely the same. You're uniquely the same. Together we could change the world. We'll see you